Hello, 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 and welcome. Happy first Wednesday of December. Today is December 7th, 2022. Also, want to say happy full moon in Gemini. Just to start off with that, hopefully you're sitting. Perhaps you may want to grab a pen and paper, unless you want to watch and listen to this first, and then come back and take some notes. For those of you who are not sure where you are, what you're listening to, what you're watching, this is Joanne's Cosmic Energy Radio Show. I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, medical astrologer, master of numerology, and the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast Deck. Super excited to be here with each and every one of you today. And I want to start off by asking you a really funny question. And that question is, for those of you who work out anyway, after working out your biceps, have you ever experienced having to put on makeup or shave after doing a bicep workout? Well, for me, I have. And let me just tell you, it is not the easiest thing to do. My arms are shaking like a leaf because they are tired from my workout. I bring this to your attention today for two reasons. Because A, it's on my mind, and B, we talk about our arms. Take a look at that bicep there. Woohoo! Arms are associated with Gemini energy. So go figure. So the next time you do your workout and you have to go and shave or put makeup on or even do your hair, whatever it is, let me know if your arms are shaking after a workout. I thought I opened it up that way. In any case, also just want to give a shout out to two of my partners that help make my radio show and also my TV show a big hit, which is Kitty Foss and Amy Martin from Intuition of the Soul, and of course Joe Monkment, who is our shamanic healing practitioner and wellness advocate. Super excited for both of them. They are both my mentors and truly appreciate all that I learned from them. All right, are we all ready? Are we all ready to tap into this amazing energy? I want to ask you to do me a favor. If you are viewing from Facebook, go ahead and share it out as I'm about to do now. So hang in there. Let's share this out. Trying to share it out somewhere along the line. Here we go. Share this out. Let me know that you are here. I'm going to give a shout out for those who are here with me. I see that Norma is here. Hello, hello, hello. Also, let me know if you happen to know where Gemini is on your chart. Where Gemini is on your chart. Gemini may look like the following. It could look like Mercury. It could look like the third house. So take a peek at your astrology chart and let me know where Gemini sits on your chart, because I'm kind of curious. Considering I'm going to be speaking about the moon's energy, which happens to be in Gemini right now, along with Mars. So there's a conjunction going on. Mars is our planet of action. It's also a fire sign and aggression. So it's like, what do we want to do today? What do we need to create today? What do we want to say today? And then, of course, the moon is about how we feel about what it is we want to say, what it is we are saying to ourselves, specifically our inner child, and what is it we want to share with others. When we think of the Gemini energy, it is that connection between our community, our families, our bodies, and ourselves. And let's not forget our money, because it is a relationship with everything and how we communicate about all of that. So between Mars and the moon, how do you feel about the connection between the moon and Mars in Gemini? Also want to bring to your attention, even though it's a bit away, but considering we're talking about all of December's energy, the forecast of December, we have Mercury going retrograde on the 29th. Mercury's retrograde. Mercury, as I mentioned, is a part of Gemini's energy as well. Mercury is all about the scheduling, technology, programming, communicating, listening, learning, speaking, expressing. And we all know that when it goes retrograde, it sort of slows things down. Mercury in retrograde has a bad rap though. Most people get a little nervous because it's retrograde. But it's a really great time to reflect on the things you are creating, on paperwork, what it is you're writing, your plans, your schedule. And considering we're going to be moving into a brand new year in a really short while, this is a great time to start reflecting on what is working with your schedule and what is not. What would you like to eliminate, let go of as you move into 2023 that may no longer be aligned with this new energy that you're in? Because I'm hoping that every one of you, including myself, have done a lot of inside work. And what do I mean by inside work? Releasing old habits, programming, beliefs, and philosophies that no longer serve us, and starting to incorporate some new ways of doing things. So with this retrograde that we're going to experience on the 29th, it's going to give us an opportunity, 3 weeks worth of opportunity, to explore what works and what doesn't. And when we focus in on this energy before the 29th, today we have the full moon. As of the 23rd, we have the new moon in Sagittarius, which is going to help us reflect on what do we want to bring in new, as we just talked about, all this new energy as we speak of. And when we think about this Gemini moon, the Sagittarius new moon, the Mercury retrograde, there's a lot going on. And when we reflect into this energy, it gives us an opportunity to really take a moment to reflect. And I want to help you do that with the 12 card cosmic energy forecast. So here's an opportunity again to really reflect, take a look at your chart, see where Gemini sits, see where Mercury sits, see where Mars is. And also when we think about these energies, how it all connects with your body as well. Because again, as I mentioned before about Gemini being associated with your arms, every planet is associated with a specific body part as well, which that will have to be another talk show. Otherwise, we'll spend all day talking about how our planets are associated with your body parts. If you're interested in learning about that, you can always email healingwithin76@gmail.com to learn more about that. But let's get right into today's topic, the full moon in Gemini. And how is that going to influence you? How can you work on letting go of what no longer serves and allowing yourself to make space? When we talk about this Gemini energy, it is about expressing. It's about showing up. It's about speaking up. It's about being seen. I know for me as a little girl, I was shy. I know many of you might be sitting back and saying that's not even possible, but it is. I was shy. I was quiet. I stayed to myself. I still stay to myself, but I'm not as quiet as I was when I was a child. Some say my energy is very loud and that you can actually hear me before I even enter a room, energetically speaking. So my big question to you is, with this Gemini full moon, what would you like to work on letting go of when it comes to creating? What do you want to create? What have you created? And what do you want to learn in 2023? What do you want to learn? I know for me, I'm taking on a few courses I'm really excited about. So by the end of 2023, I should have a few more amazing skills under my belt. So my big question is, what do you want to learn? And what do you want to teach? Because we are teachers too. So I'm going to dive into the cosmic energy forecast for the full moon's energy, but we're also going to take in consideration the moon, the rising signs, and your sun sign as well, with the focus on the moon's energy. Where is your moon's energy? Mine happens to be Aquarius. So for me, because mine's in Aquarius, just going to do a little math here in my head. For me, that is activating my fifth house energy, which is all about wanting to play, wanting to change things up, wanting to have more freedom, wanting to express, wanting to be creative. So my big question to you is, where is your moon? All right. So as I start to shuffle the deck, what's going to go on here for today, again, because there's a lot of energy, I'm going to keep this fairly simple, I think. And I'm going to focus in on one card for each zodiac sign, so it's not too overwhelming. So what we're going to do here is, when I start off with Aries energy, wherever Aries is on your chart, you're going to apply that card reading to Aries. And you're going to do the same thing for your moon sign and your rising sign. And like I said, where Gemini is on your chart, where the moon, where Mars is on your chart, you can apply the card reading to everything on your chart, which makes it really fun. And more importantly, it helps you to activate the chakra, the color that's associated with the card. Are we ready? I know I am. Let's start it off with Aries. And our first card happens to be in reverse. For those Aries out there, wherever you have Aries in your chart, in reverse. Now, what does a reverse card mean? It means that we, A, want to pay attention to the message, and B, we really want to work on the chakra. This chakra happens to be associated with your heart center. Your heart center. Right in the center of your heart, clearing out whatever heaviness you might be holding on. That could look like sadness, frustration, anger, fears, and even grief. And when I use the word grief, it could be about a loss of a friend. It could also be about a loss where you've actually let go of something, whether it be a job, a location, whatever it might be. The number 4 in numerology is associated with harmony and balance, stability, and being patient. In astrology, is associated with Cancer energy, which is about the home, your shelter, and your body. And as we spoke on before, becoming aware of how the zodiac signs and the planets are associated with your body. How can you be more patient with your body? Whatever it is that your body might be experiencing right now, rather than, and this is an expression I keep hearing a lot of people say based on physical pain, this is what happens when I get old. We always use age as the excuse. But how about we change that? How about we let go of that philosophy? We don't necessarily have to experience pain just because we're old. And we're not old, it's just a number. So be patient with your body. If you are experiencing tightness, stiffness, arthritis for that matter, maybe take a minute to reflect on what your body is actually really trying to tell you based on wherever it might be showing up in your body, and give yourself patience. So that's Aries energy. Remember the cards in reverse though. So balance, harmony, stability, being patient, and remember that you are working on something. We all are. And we're not going to build this new foundation in one day. It's going to take time. So give yourself patience for that to happen. Cards in reverse. So that's Aries energy. Good old Taurus. Now, there's been a lot of energy going on in Taurus. We still have the North and South Node in Taurus and Scorpio. The moon was just recently in Taurus energy, creating a lot of energy in our bodies to begin with, because Taurus is about the relationship with others, our bodies, and also physical material possessions. When we think about Venus energy, Venus is the ruler of Taurus. And again, Venus is about our bodies as well. And when we think of that Taurus energy, it's reminding us to stay grounded, reminding us to get out into nature. So let's see what is in store for Taurus. This is so perfectly aligned for Taurus. So again, wherever Taurus sits in your chart, the message here is unconditional love. Can you show yourself unconditional love? I'm starting to see a little theme here about being patient for Aries and unconditional love for our Taurus. So there's a theme going on here. I'm loving that. Patience for Aries and unconditional love for Taurus. Now, the shocker here for the Taurus is the sacral energy. This is about letting go of judgment, shame, guilt, and blame. Wherever you might be holding on to, whether you're judging yourself or you're judging somebody else. And considering when we think about this energy that we have with the Gemini moon and Mars Gemini, it really is about maybe we can work on not judging one another and allowing ourselves to see everybody for the best version of who they are. Focus on one thing about somebody that highlights them versus focusing on what they're not good at. And we're also good at doing that where we like zoom in on what we don't like about the person. How about we zoom in on what we love about a person? That 9-6 energy right there is a 6 vibration, which is really aligned with the overall energy of the year, the collective energy of 2022. This, in our final time of 2022, is a reminder to heal, nurture, schedule time to sit and work on clearing out whatever needs to be cleared out so you can truly love yourself unconditionally. When we think of that 6 energy, it's also about taking care of your mind, body, and spirit. And it is also associated with Virgo energy, which is about organizing time so you can unconditionally love yourself. So orange energy is the sacral. Work on releasing judgment and really step into that space of wanting to empower someone else by recognizing their best qualities of who they are. I love that for Taurus. As we move into the very sign we're speaking of today, which is Gemini, I have a big question to ask you, Geminis out there. How are you feeling? Whether your moon, sun, rising sign, or any other planet for that matter is in Gemini, how are you feeling today? Whoa. I'm very interested to see what card's going to show up for you. Let's see, for you Geminis out there. There's definitely a theme going on here today. For Geminis, it's all about healing. What are you working on today? What are you going to work on during this full moon in reference to how can you heal? What area of your life do you want to heal? When we think about that Gemini energy, about communication, expression, self-expression for that matter, we all have to work on how we communicate, how we express. Some of us, or should I say most of us, have a really challenging time with communicating, expressing their full potential. And every one of us are learning from each other as well. And every one of us are teaching us something about how we communicate, how we listen. Because when we communicate, it's not just about what we're saying, but sometimes it's about what we're listening. And here's a third aspect to that. Pay attention to people's body language, because body language says a lot as well. So, for example, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this, if someone's sitting or standing like this, where they have their hands crossed over them, they're literally closing off energy. They're protecting themselves. So the big question is, or the big exercise you can do, is help that person feel more comfortable around you, so they'll be more at ease to letting their arms go from here to just gently down. And that's a really great way that you can show compassion, which is the high heart. Show more compassion. So if you notice that someone is standoffish or quiet or shy, embrace them. Help them to feel more comfortable in your energy, because that's your job to do as of today for you Geminis. Again, we're back to that 6 energy, which is all about healing, nurturing, and taking care of all those around you, whether it's the people in your actual home, your workplace, and also taking care of you as well. I love that for Geminis. I love that. That's an interesting theme right there. I'm sort of writing down the words for today. I don't know why, but I am. So that's why you see me writing every second. All right, now you Cancers out there, how are you guys feeling today? With all of this amazing energy flopping in today, how are you all feeling? Oh, just curious. So for you Cancers, this is a really great time to work on letting go of that internal dialogue, letting go of the things you say to yourself. And also remembering you Cancers are really connected to the moon, whether it's in your zodiac sign or not, because the moon rules Cancer energy. So, like myself, who has a Cancer rising sign, I'm always feeling this moon's energy. Whether it's full moon, new moon, crescent, whatever it may be, I'm always feeling the energy. So, for you guys, it really is about what do you want to let go? What do you want to let go? And allow yourself to be in the space of transitioning into expressing yourself in a different way. The connection that you may have with spirit. After all, you are in your 12th house energy, which is associated with spirit communication. Your card, interesting enough, very similar to Aries, is patience, associated with the 4th house, which is what your sign is actually associated with, and it's the heart chakra. So when we think about, again, it's moving into your heart and connecting with what can you let go of today? What can you let go of with this full moon's energy? So you can have more peace of mind. And remembering that as you do work on letting things go, whether it's the internal dialogue, how you talk to your body, be patient with yourself. Patience is key. Nothing's going to happen overnight. Everything's going to take a little time. You're also maybe working on building this new foundation, building this new way of feeling into things. Become more connected with your feelings. Rather than being disconnected, start connecting. Start asking yourself, how do I feel about this conversation? How do I feel about the people I'm around? How am I actually feeling today? And don't just settle off with, oh, I'm okay. Dig into how you feel, because you are building a new foundation with yourself. So that's Cancer energy. Love that. And just an FYI, any of you that might actually have Aries and Cancer in your primary primary signs, which would be the sun, moon, or rising, that is a biggie because that means it's showing up twice. All right, moving into Leo. Good old Leos. Leo, this is time to connect with community. So this might be a really great time for different social events. And considering we're in holiday season, you might actually find yourself going to social events. How do you want to communicate? What do you want to talk about? What are you willing to listen to? What are you willing to share? What are your boundaries is what I just heard as well. Having new boundaries for that matter. Let's see. Well, again, like I keep saying, there's a theme here. That 6 is here again. As it's been for unconditional love, the healing card, quite showing up. So intuition. So for you Leos, this is a great time to tap in to your intuition. But in order to tap into your intuition, focus, grounding. You have to ground. You have to ground. You have to take an opportunity to tap into your creativity so you can really ground your energy. And as you ground your energy, it may help you to become more attuned to your other abilities of intuition. Root chakra here. Root chakra. So, question for you Leos. Where do you best connect with your intuition? Do you connect best with your intuition when you're outside? when you're quiet, when you're writing, when you're maybe listening to music? How do you activate your intuition? That sixth energy, again, is about scheduling time so you can activate your intuition. And that might look like meditation, networking events, but it's about building that foundation so you can activate your intuition. So that is your word, Leos. It's about intuition. How are you using your intuition? How are you activating your intuition? Are you aware that you have intuition? Are you aware you have intuition? You may start to notice that you're being guided by your intuition, that maybe your intuition is saying, this is a great thing to do, or don't really want to do that. Now, there's great ways for you to learn how to utilize your intuition so you can know when to do things and when not to do things. To learn more about that, feel free to reach out to me at healingwithin76@gmail.com. And we can have a lovely conversation about how you can activate your intuition by learning how to listen to your senses and getting yes and no answers. Or you can also look up the word muscle testing. Muscle testing. And that's another way you can activate your intuition as well. Love that for Leos. All right, we're moving into our Virgos. So Virgos, this is a great time for recognizing all you've accomplished. Considering we're at the end of the year, this might be a really good time for you to sit, pen to paper, and recognize everything you've accomplished in, let's say, the last 12 years for that matter. Considering when we talk about the Jupiter's energy that currently was retrograde in Pisces, and eventually you're going to be moving back into Aries, it's going to give you an opportunity to reflect. Use this full moon's energy to help you recognize what you have accomplished over the last 12 years and what it is that you want to keep, and perhaps maybe some things you might want to let go of because maybe it's no longer serving you. Let's see what one chakra you can work on. What's your word? Considering you have such amazing words going on right now. All right. So here for you Virgos, new relationship. So when we think about your energy right now, that 10th house vibration, it's about success, it's about fame, it's about what you're here to accomplish. It's about your soul's purpose. So maybe it's an opportunity for you to really focus in on new relationships, letting go of people, places, and things that no longer serves who you're becoming, and moving into something new. That energy of 2 and 8 vibrates right there with where you are, that 10th house. New beginnings, new opportunities, new ways of doing things, new ways of seeing yourself. Recognizing that 0 is reminding you have choices. There's never just one way. There's always plenty of ways of going about it. And of course, you can call on your guides for guidance as well. When we think that 10 energy, it's associated with Capricorn. And right now, when we talk about Capricorn's energy, we have Venus that has just moved into Capricorn, and Mercury is going to be joining it shortly, moving into Capricorn energy. So between Venus and Mercury, Venus is about scheduling time, and Venus is also about your relationships you have with self and others. Mercury is that scheduling time and having new conversations is what I just heard. Let's talk about that root chakra for a minute. Getting grounded. What do you want to focus on? What conversations do you want to have? What conversations are going to light you up? What's going to light that fire? Recognize that this full moon is going to help you activate all that you came here to accomplish. Start recognizing your achievements. Write them down. Tap yourself on the shoulder or back and say, what a good job you've been doing. And recognize the new relationships you're going to be stepping into. Ground, focus, and balance your mind, body, and spirit. Remember, with this Venus Capricorn, it's going to help you create really new relationships. and the conversations are going to flow based on what you're focused on. Love that for our Venus. And I just want to write that word down, new relationships. Beautiful. All right, we are at our halfway mark. I've just finished the forecast for Aries right through Virgo. So what that means is a water break. So I'm gonna take about a minute break to get some water. I ask that you do the same, and then come on back because I'm gonna be reading from Libra right through Pisces, and there's so much more for all of us to learn today. So I will be right back.
Hey, this is Joe Monkman, and I am a personal development trainer. And that means that I help people step into their leadership roles, take their place as a visionary, really understand their own mastery in the world so that they can really find their place at the buffet of life. And if you want to know more, you can find me on my Facebook page at Joe Monkman and joemonkman@gmail.com.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kitty Foss.
And I'm Amy J.
And we're Intuition of the Soul. We are a Facebook and YouTube group that has created a sacred spiritual place to look at your spiritual practices.
And there's too much to tell you about what we do, but let me tell you, we have weekly activities, we have monthly activities, and you are not going to want to miss our spiritual practitioner series. So join us on Intuition of the Soul.
Aloha. Aloha.
Hello, 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 and welcome back for those of you who've been here, and for those of you just tuning in. You are either listening or watching Joanne's Cosmic Energy, and I'm your host, Joanne Angel Barry Cologne. Super excited to be sharing with you December 2022's forecast for all of our zodiac signs associated with the full moon in Gemini. And for those of you who are not aware, Gemini is all about communication, speaking, teaching, learning, listening, and connections. And the full moon is all about how we can let go of what no longer is aligned with that energy. My big question to you is, where is Gemini on your personal natal chart? Gemini can show up as the third house and also associated with Mercury. So if you are tuning in with me live, I would love for you to put that in the comments so I will know. And if you're not tuning in live and you're watching this on the replay, you can always send me that information to healingwithin76@gmail.com. Now, if you are just watching now, just stepping in, you'll have to come back and watch the replay because I've already done the forecast. I read the forecast for Aries right through Virgo, and now I'm going to be moving on to Libra through Pisces. How this is going to work today is you're going to look at everything on your natal chart. And wherever any of the zodiac signs are, based on what I'm reading, is on your chart, you're going to take that one card and apply it to that energy, which means you're going to be doing a lot of work. So if hypothetically you have many planets possibly sitting in Gemini, then you would be working on the card that showed up for Gemini. So here we go. I just want to give a shout out to those who are with me right now. And again, that's Norma and Ann. Thank you so much for being with me today. Feel free to leave your comments because I am able to see them. So let's shuffle up the cards and see what's in store for us as we get going. Hang in there. All right, let's see what's going on. In reference to Libra, what is going on for Libras? Card doesn't want to come out. All right, they're sticky. All right, our Libras. Okay, so we're moving out of a theme a little bit because earlier on we had a theme going on. There were a lot of sixes showing up and the words that were showing up were sort of in the theme. Well, we're coming out of there a little bit. So for you Libras, this is about spiritual career. So perhaps with this full moon, you may be thinking about shifting gears in regards to your career. You might be thinking about leaving your job, or maybe your job is fading out, or maybe your job's getting rid of you, whichever way it works. But always remember that if, hypothetically speaking, your job lets you go, it's really an opportunity for something new to come in. So don't feel so down in the dumps about it. Think of it as a good thing. So that spiritual career and the number 7/7. 7 is all about taking time to quiet down, reflect, review, meditate. Now, when we think of spiritual career, it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be about being a Reiki practitioner or do sound healing or astrology. A spiritual career is just anything you love doing, that if you had to do it without being paid, you would still want to. And I know when I say that statement to many people face to face, I usually get some funny looks, because most people sit back and say, well, why would I want to do something and I get paid for it? The reality of it all is, when you love what you do, you want to do it regardless if you get paid for it or not. And that's qualifiable as a spiritual career. The 7/7's all about change. That's a 5. So recognize that this full moon's energy in Gemini may actually help you change something. There might be something that you might have been nagging along with and not quite ready to make that change. This full moon might help you out. Now let's talk about this chakra. Now, earlier on, and again, for those who are watching since the beginning, I've been talking about how Mercury, third house, are all related to Gemini energy. Let's talk about the chakras here. Throat chakra, Gemini energy, because it's about communication. So this turquoise energy is a connection with what it is you're saying, what it is you're listening to. Paying attention to what you listen to more. Become a really good listener is what this message is all about. It's reminding you to become a really good listener. So that 5 is change, and recognize that change may lead to your freedom. And be courageous enough to make changes. And sometimes we have to step into our fears for change to happen. So I just want to jot down the spiritual career for our Libras. And then we're going to be moving on. I'm going to be moving on to our Scorpios. Hanging in there. Hang in there. All right. So again, remembering for you Libras that this is definitely a time to explore a different way of doing the work that you do. Explore. Be curious. Love that for Libras. All right, our Scorpios. Good old Scorpios out there. What do you need to let go of? Are you ready for your transformation? Are you ready for your transformation? And I'm going to repeat that again. Are you ready for your transformation? This full moon is going to help you transition. This full moon is going to take you out of your comfort zone. Now, many people, when they hear the words "take me out of my comfort zone," really means you're going to come out of your comfort zone. It's time to shift. The same way when we think about it, many of us are always saying, oh, I want to raise my vibration. I want to be a different version of myself. But what comes along with being a different version of ourselves means that we have to be willing to change. And those lessons that we experience help us to do just that. So many of us are willing to want to I want this lesson to be over. I can't wait for it to be over. But that's not what it's about, because if you're just pushing out your lesson and not learning anything, you're not going to transform. So take your time. Let's see what card shows up for you, Scorpios. Love it. This is for Scorpio energy. And again, wherever you have Scorpio in your chart, focus. Where are you focusing on? Where are your thoughts? What are you conversating about? What are you listening to? My suggestion for you to listen to high vibration conversations, things that are going to make you get fired up. The chakra here is your third eye. I've actually said this just a little while ago to a client of mine, and that is close your eyes and see what you see. Because when we focus on what we're actually seeing in front of us, we get distracted. So I'm going to invite you to spend time every single day, 5 minutes a day, and if you enjoy it longer, close your eyes and be open to seeing what you see. 1 and 3 is 4. So this is about your foundation. This is about what you're willing to build. What do you have to let go of so you can build something new? That's that 4 energy. It's associated with your home. When we speak of home, your shelter, your business, and your body. What do you have to let go of so you can fully embody who you are becoming? I love that. I love that. That 4 is also about balance and stability and patience. That seems to be the theme. So for you Scorpios out there, redirect your focus and close your eyes so you can actually begin to see what it is you're going to get ready to build. As we move into our Sagittarius. So again, you Sagittarius are opposition of Geminis. New moon in your sign showing up on the 29th. This is a great opportunity to sit quietly, reflect on the things that you have learned about yourself this year. What's working, what's not. Make space, let go, so you can bring in new things. So let's see what you need to hear today. Okay, so for you Sagittarius, your card's in reverse. Excuse me, I need to grab a little water. For those of you who are not aware of what a reverse card is, in case you're new to this, a reverse card means you need to pay attention to the message, but more importantly, you want to work on that chakra, which is the high heart. This is about compassion, being kind, and being at peace. And clarity is your word. Clarity. Where do you need clarity? With this full moon's energy, it really is a great time to sit quietly and start seeking clarity. Seeking clarity. And as you do, you'll gain the answers you need to help you transition into whatever it is you want to do. Find a time to balance, sit quietly, and reflect. 2 and 9, that's 11. This is about healing from within. This is about the relationship you have with yourself. This is about discovering who you are on a deeper level. When we think about the Sagittarius energy, that is the energy the sun is in right now. For you birthday people, this is your time for your rebirth. How do you want to see yourself in a different light? How do you see yourself in a different light? This is a perfect opportunity to gain the clarity you're looking for. What is working for you and what is not? What philosophies, habits, and programmings can you let go of and be ready to transition into something new? Be compassionate to yourself and see compassion all around you. Love that for Sagittarius. Moving into our Capricorns. So you Capricorns out there, whether it's in your sun, moon, rising, or any other planets, know that right now, Venus is a Capricorn. And shortly by the 9th, which is what, 2 days away from today, Mercury is going to also be, is it Mercury? Yeah, Mercury is also going to be moving into Capricorn's energy. Is it Mercury? Let me just check my notes, make sure I have it right. Yes, Mercury is going to be moving into Capricorn's energy as well. And when we think about Venus and Mercury in your sign, Capricorn, how can you use those 2 planets to help you heal? Let go of what you don't need to hold on to anymore. And how can you apply the Venus energy, which is all about your relationships, the Mercury energy, which is all how you communicate to others, and what are your soul's lessons that you're here to learn? Perhaps during this full moon, you can sit and reflect on those questions. Let's see what card is in store for you. Quite interesting. Love, partnership. Now, right away, anytime this card shows up in most people's readings, they always think right away, "Oh my God, my partner! I'm gonna find my soulmate." That could be true, but it's also about the partnership you have with yourself. With yourself, it can definitely be about the partnerships you have with others as well, whether it's an intimate relationship or the partnership that you have with a parent, a sibling, or a friend. How are you communicating? And we talk about that 9 energy. This is really about exploring the conversations, traveling to see your loved ones as well. So I'm loving that for our Capricorns, the love partnerships. What partnerships are you in, and how can you really work on healing them and learning to express in a different way? That beautiful energy. Love that for our Capricorns. Excuse me, folks. All right. Moving into Aquarius. So you Aquarius, there's a lot of energy still on you because Saturn is still there until March. So we still have a couple of months where it's about your structure. And what have you noticed that you've let go with your structure? When we talk about structure, it could be your home and it could be your body as well, with Saturn being in Aquarius. But when we think about the moon's energy, what changes are you experiencing right now? What changes are you ready to embark on with the full moon's energy? And this one hits home for me because my moon sign is Aquarius. So it gives me the opportunity to reflect on the things that are changing, because there are lots of things that are changing. For those of you who do know me, whether you know me professionally or personally, I've shared my story out there. My structure has completely changed. I no longer hold on to a brick and mortar. For 21 years, I've had one. And in the last 60 days, I don't. So that is a big shift right there. So I can only imagine what's happening, what will be happening come forward as I go, and for you as well. Let's see what card is for you. Oops, lots of cards here. Okay. Old soul. Is that appropriate or not? Old soul. So you've done this before. This is not your first turnaround here on Earth. You've definitely have a lot of old patterns. You have a lot of old philosophies, and you are in this space right now, ready and willing to let go of what no longer serves you. You are so ready for your changes. And the solar plexus is about allowing you to trust it. But more important, it's also reminding you, based on that 8 energy, that there's abundance and success right around the corner. All you have to do is be willing to take the walk around the corner. So recognize all of the old things about yourself. Recognize how much you've changed in the last 12 years, for that matter, and be ready to be willing to accept and trust that abundance is in your hands, and that this full moon is really helping you to shift. There's so many more changes coming in, but I want you to hold on to 2 words: abundance and success. Abundance and success. That's what I want you to start trusting in. Feel into it. Expand into abundance and success. So for those of you who are Aquarius, that's for you. The old soul, recognizing all of the things about you that have changed in the last 12 years, and trust the process of abundance and success. Love that. All right. Right along. So Pisces, woof, this also hits home because it's my sun energy. And it's about the 4th house. So this is really about your foundation. which really is alignment to what I just said about Aquarius to some degree. But Pisces, this is your foundation. How the full moon can help you really create this new foundation to bring more balance into your life, to bring more patience into your life, to be in a more patient space. Let's see what card just flew out of the deck for you guys. Haha, love this one. So funny that this card shows up because this was a conversation I was just having yesterday with someone. Play. So for you Pisces out there, this is a big reminder that you must play. However you play. Like for me right now, this is play for me. Even though, yes, I am educating you, I'm helping you to heal, but this is play. I love doing this. So this is a play for me. And I make it a point every single day to bring play into my day. I allow my inner child to come out and do whatever it is, whether that is singing in the shower, and it's pretty much the only place I do sing, because thank God it's only the shower. But I play, I dance, I write, whatever it is. But play is your theme, Pisces. Make sure you are playing, however that might look like for you. Also, your conversations, playful conversations. You don't have to be serious with everything. Be playful, be gilly-ish, be laughter, invite laughter in. Play. 7 is your number. So this is really that balance between being serious and being playful. That balance between serious and playful. So for you Pisces out there, wherever the Pisces is in your chart, this is your opportunity to activate more play into your day. Laugh more. Tell jokes, even though they may not be funny. And I do that a lot. I say silly things that may not be funny. I laugh at my own damn jokes, even though you may not. But that's your word for today. Your chakra is the throat. This is really about expressing yourself, playing, building that new foundation where it's going to allow you to have more play time as well. So there you have it, guys. Oh my goodness, that was an amazing forecast for all of the zodiac signs. Now I'm just going to run through very quickly because I have a little time to maybe. Our words, we had patience, we have unconditional love, we have healing, patience again, intuition, new relationships, spiritual career, focus, clarity, love partnerships, old soul, and play. Those are some powerful words. But really important, and all seriousness, is make sure you come back, rewatch this, check out whatever color was associated with each card, which is associated with your chakra system, work on the chakra system, clear the energy so you can utilize this full moon in Gemini for your most highest purpose. Remember, you are looking at all of your planets on your chart, sun, moon, and rising as well. And there's a good probability there are a total 8 colors to the card spread. There's a good probability that you're going to probably be working on at least 3 chakras during this time to clear the energy of. I'm super excited to be here with you. Again, I'd like to thank all of you who are with me right now. I appreciate you taking your time today, your energy with me today, to be here with me as I explored with you the 12 card cosmic energy forecast for the month of December. I do look forward to being back here in January, whatever that date is, the first Wednesday of the month. And I wish you all an amazing full moon's energy. And remember that as the planets shift, we feel this energy in our body. So please be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself, take it slow, and recognize that wherever it's showing up in your body, sit with it, explore it, and ask that body part what it is it's trying to tell you, because it's talking to you. As everybody else does, our body talks to us too. So again, thank you so much for being here with me. I look forward to seeing you all next month, same time, 3:33 p.m. Eastern. And feel free to leave your comments. If you have questions, if you want to share with me with Gemini set in your natal chart, you can do so by emailing healingwithin76@gmail.com. But for now, have an amazing experience in your full moon's energy. Bye-bye for now.